You wanna see?
Episode of Secrets in Dragon Ball games. We already know the Tenkaichi series has the fusion mechanic. Just collect two relevant characters, for example, base Goku and Vegeta, and depending on your button inputs, you'll either perform the fusion dance or use the Potara earring. Yes, unlike the Budokai series, where you're able to see a visible timer signifying how much time you got left, the Tenkaichi series has no timers. You'd assume this means that you can stay in this fused state forever. Right? I did some testing.
Yo, hungry, don't trouble nothing.
And perform the fusion dance. I was really curious to see if they would actually defuse. So I stepped back and let the game do its thing for 5 hours. It's obvious that the fusion time limit mechanic doesn't exist in Tenkaichi 3. However, it does exist in a different Tenkaichi game, and it's not the one you're thinking of. Meet Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team. Tenkaichi Tag Team is essentially the PSP version of the Tenkaichi series with a really fun tag team mechanic. The game is almost identical to Tenkaichi 3. The graphics, presentation, movement, combat, everything. Since it's basically Tenkaichi 3 with a portable device, I assume all of the mechanics would be pretty much the same. Apparently not. We'll do the same test. Use Goten and Trunks into Gotenks and let them stand still. Only this time, we'll be staying still for 5 minutes.
What happened?
Yup, they defuse. The same thing happens with Gogeta. Vegeta, on the other hand, won't defuse. The reason for this are the Potara earrings. People who fuse with the Potara earrings will be fused forever. At least that was the case until Dragon Ball Super retconned it to a 1-hour time limit. Feels odd seeing characters defuse in a Tenkaichi game. It uses the same animation as when you power down from a transformed state. I've always wondered why they included this mechanic in Tag Tenkaichi and not Tenkaichi 3. And there isn't a timer telling you how much time you got left. Most fights don't even last 5 minutes, so you'd hardly ever see your character defuse. It kinda reminds me of that Budokai 3 Easter egg where Goku stares at you if you don't move for 13 minutes. It seems we have some major discoveries in relation to power sensing in the Tenkaichi games, more specifically, Tenkaichi 2. So, Scouter characters are actually able to locate people faster than characters with regular key sensing abilities.
Ready?
I see you.
Ready? Fight! You won't get away!
But if you manage to break their Scouters, they'll become much less efficient.
Where are you?
Here's another fun fact about Scouter characters. They are actually able to locate characters hiding behind structures.
Damn, I see you.
While characters who use energy sensing cannot.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You won't get away!
And to expand even further, androids cannot be detected at all. If you're wondering why that's the case, well, it's because they're using super advanced privacy protection by NordVPN.
What?
That's right, Vegeta. Today's video partner is NordVPN. NordVPN's next generation encryption will always keep your data protected. Here's a visual representation of what happens to your data in privacy when you're not using NordVPN.
I see you.
Thanks! And here's how it looks like when you use NordVPN.
Where are you? Don't you dare run from me!
A lot of our favorite shows tend to get region locked. Using NordVPN, you can easily change your location. Suddenly, you can browse safely on the internet and access content that was previously restricted for you. For all of you who want to be extra safe, there's also NordPass. NordPass will scan the web and inform you if any of your sensitive information has been exposed in a data breach. One account protects up to 6 devices. Sound exciting? Well, NordVPN is offering an exclusive creator deal if you use my link. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. NordVPN is celebrating its 11th birthday, so there's an additional gift which will be granted for every purchase of a 2-year plan. Get the exclusive deal at nordvpn.com/Gadazi or just click the top link of the description. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Alright, so the actual lore reason why androids cannot be detected is because they're artificial beings. They don't possess any life energy. It's actually mentioned in the show. The Z Fighters had a hard time locating the androids since they were unable to detect their energy. Huge shout out to Al Darkin and Keto for pointing these details out. There's a rather simple but really easy to miss detail in Budokai 3. Most characters have a basic walking animation cycle. Some characters, like Raccoon, have a more unique one. It fits well with his character, since he's portrayed as a goofy tough guy. Broly probably has the most unique animation. Due to his size, every time he takes a step, the screen shakes a little bit. It's a cute little detail, and it looks like the devs thought the same, given that they brought it back for burst limit. In Tenkaichi,
You might can't see that very much, but that's
the
good
red
all.
bar, your character will be in this exhausted/injured pose. Now, most characters have a basic injured animation. They're pretty much the same with slight alterations. Then we have Vegeta. There are 4 versions of Vegeta in this game. Scouter
Edit
Vegeta,
in this
Android
video.
Saga Vegeta,
If you
Saga
can
Vegeta,
guess
and
what
GT
the
Vegeta.
edit is,
And all 4 of these versions of Vegeta
I'll tag
share
your
the same
comment.
low health animation. This one,
The
every single
timestamp,
form of
please.
Vegeta has him grabbing his arm as if it were broken or badly injured. By now, you should probably recognize this as a reference to his infamous pose from the show. There's a misconception that Android 18 resulted in Vegeta's arm getting broken.
Oh no.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. We can see Vegeta holding his left arm in his iconic pose during his fight with Raccoon, so we know it goes early as Frieza Saga. Some even say his first fight with Goku triggered this chronic injury. Even in the game, his Saiyan Saga version is featured in this pose, so it very well could be the case. I honestly love this gag. It even appears in Dragon Ball Super. In Budokai 1, depending on how far you progress with the story, your title screen will change to match your current progress. For example, if you're in the Saiyan Saga, your title screen will feature Saiyan Saga artwork. If you're in the Frieza Saga, the title screen will be Namek themed. And if you're in the Cell Saga, well, you get the point. I always thought that the title screen art was random, but nope, it's actually tied to your current story progress. You know how DBZ games have those fun little mini games during loading screens? Well, Infinite World is no exception. Infinite World's minigame consists of Kid Goku claiming Korin's tower. The background will also shift day and night cycles, referencing Goku's long journey to the top. Can you guess what the reward is for climbing to the top? Yep, a smack to the face from Korin. He knocks you all the way to the bottom, making you repeat this cycle over and over again. But there's more. If you possess a scratched or broken copy of Infinite World, there's a chance that you'll encounter something that you weren't supposed to see. If you get stuck on this loading screen, strange things will start to happen. The background will shift to black, and it will stay like that forever. If you reach this point, it probably means that your disc is really scratched up, or your PS2 console is broken. Normally, this loading screen lasts up to 5 to 6 seconds. Unfortunately, since we're playing on a scratched disc, we won't be so lucky. After a few minutes of this endless loop, something weird happens.
What in tarnation?
Endless supply of Korins start to rain down on your screen. Why does this happen? Most likely just a fun Easter egg for those who get stuck on the loading screen. The thing is, this game isn't the only one to feature such Easter eggs. If we go to Budokai 3's loading screen, you'll see a bunch of Saibamen rising from the ground. Now, if you play on the normal working copy of Budokai 3, you'll usually see about 1 or 2 of them before your game loads. But if you play on a broken copy, a whole army of Saibamen rise from the ground. And a weird red Saibaman also appears. What's the significance of the red Saibaman? Well, in my humble opinion, I think it symbolizes the fact that your game or console have gone to shit. Tenkaichi 3 offers a wide array of different outfits for each character, some more than others. I wanted to focus on Broly here, since they actually put a couple of Easter eggs on his second outfit. On the surface, outfits 1 and 2 look basically the same, but there's more to it. His skin looks much more pale and bleached leak on the second outfit. That could very well be a reference to the fact that he was frozen under ice for a really long time. You can also see a bunch of scratches and bruises on his stomach area. And if you watch the first movie, you'll know why they're there. Now, once you transform into Super Saiyan, Broly's hair will turn blue, same as it did in the first movie. And if you select the second outfit, yep, it's green. And if you're wondering why it's green, in Broly's Second Coming, his Super Saiyan hair color was green rather than the blue color from the first movie. It's a fun nod to the original movies. And if you were to ask me why he has two different colors for the same transformation, I honestly don't know. It could have something to do with that headband thingy restricting his power, hence the blue color, since his hair should be green, judging by his green aura and his DBS Broly movie appearances. Let's move on to Infinite World. There's a subtle new mechanic that we didn't see in Budokai 3. For example, if you're low on ki and your opponent knocks you down, you'll instantly revert back to your base form. This works in both games, the whole Budokai series in fact. But what doesn't work in the rest of the series is this. Notice how 18's Axel Dance literally knocked the Super Saiyan out of Vegeta, while in Budokai 3, he remains in his transformed state. Don't know about you guys, but I really like this little detail. Reminds me a lot of how you see the Super Saiyan transformation fade when they get knocked out in the show. In the anime, once Gohan arrives to fight Super Buu, he says this.
Nice day.
After saying that line, you'll notice Piccolo, Trunks, and Goten looking all shocked. Why are they shocked? He just said, nice day. There's no reason for them to be shocked. Well, that's because Gohan actually says something bad in the original version. Really bad. Yep, no wonder they censored it. You'd expect something like that to be an anime-only thing, and it mostly is. Except for one Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball GT, Final Bout. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with this one. It's one of those PS1 Dragon Ball games with a sick animated opening. Now, once you win a fight in this game, your character will say his victory line. And can you guess what Gohan's victory line is? Yep, they decided to give him his infamous anime line. To my knowledge, this is the only game where he says that line, and I can see why.
You should know more than anyone else that you can't defeat me. You look strong. It's over. It's over. We won. We won. You know how long it's been?
Okay. I'm not gonna watch anymore. Bye. Peace out, niggas.